Hey everybody, just came in to do a little more work on getting my waterfall shut down. I know not everybody gets a chance to catch my live streams, but on Sunday night's live stream, that would be last night, I began the process of dismantling my waterfall. I got some of the plants removed off the top, we got the water shut down, pulled a few odds and ends out of there, and now I'm basically just waiting for it to dry. I was going to do a few little more odds and ends. You can see I've got some rocks that are still up there. I want to get the hose that's connected to the top. I want to get that all disconnected. I want to get the pump out of there. That pump is going to get reused, so I need to get the pump out of there. But as I walked in here, I looked down and we can actually see my clown pleco sitting right there on that piece of woodwork that I was going to remove, and there it goes. So that's all I wanted to do, was get that fish on video. We rarely ever see it, and I did mention it last night, saying how clean that piece of woodwork is. You can see how scraped clean it is under the water surface, and that's all because of that clown pleco in there. And so since we seldom ever get a look at it, I wanted to try to get that on camera. So we're going to consider this a before and after video. I am going to get in there and do that work. I am going to go ahead and remove this big branch, and this big piece of woodwork is no longer necessary to be in there. You can see we've got these rocks in here, got a big rock there, we got some more rocks up here. This piece of cloth material can come out of there, and again I want to get all that stuff up there disassembled and pulled down. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we will have a quick look at how the tank looks afterwards. Again, it's not going to look a whole lot different, but we will go ahead and do a quick before and after. So consider this part your before, and there's your after. Well, mostly. We are still going to do one more thing, but I wanted to get that on video, so I wanted to show it to you all. So you can see how tan and stained the water is. I mean, it looks like a tank full of strong tea. But all the fish are doing well, everybody's alive and healthy, and so that's not an issue. You can see I got the pump out of it. This is what powered the whole thing. I wish it didn't have to be that bright green color. I wish it was all black, but there you go. But I had a big rock piled in front of it, and that kind of hit it. So we're going to get use out of that again, but not in my waterfall. So eventually we'll have to get in here and we'll have to pull all these rocks out, and I'll have to drain the water, and we'll do something with the tank. But my first priority is just getting this waterfall part of it taken down. I'm going to try to do this all in one piece. I messed around a little bit with that. The basin that the water flows into, and not only does it still have a lot of water in it that I don't feel like messing with right now, it is so glued down to what I glued it to that I don't feel it's going to be part of the disassembling process, and I just don't feel like getting into that just right at the moment. But what I did want to show you is how thoroughly this Anubias has grabbed on to the rubber lining that I've put in there. I was going to just pull this piece of Anubias out because I want to save it. I mean, you can see it's pulling the whole mat. I mean, that's all. Well, that's all just. That's actually Java moss, believe it or not. That is a huge mat of Java moss. Now it's got cyanobacteria. That dark shiny stuff is all cyanobacteria growing in the middle of it. But you can see that's Java moss. It's a big mat of it. So again, all this is just going in the trash. But look how well that Anubias is rooted onto this. And see, this is what has always concerned me about. Oh, look at that. See? Look at those roots, how they're going through that piece of plastic. So that's where I always kind of assumed my leaks came from in this, was roots of different plants actually growing down and growing through. You can see the ones that were going through it. So that clearly put holes right in this. There's a friggin' earthworm growing right there. How in the world did I get an earthworm in here? Oh, good nummies, everybody. Well, maybe somebody will find that little earthworm. Get a little good nummies. But yeah, I had an earthworm in there now, apparently. And that piece of Anubias is out. So I'm going to save this. I'll do what I can to get that cleaned up and salvaged. And I'll probably reuse that in my new project. A lot of that stuff is just going to peel right off of there. It's not going to be that big a deal. I mean, I'm getting most of it off just while we're standing here talking. Hang on a minute, let me just go ahead and grab that while I got it. And there you can see that's mostly a cleaned off piece of Anubias. Now obviously it's still got some cyanobacteria growing on it and stuff like that, but whatever, everything in my fish room has cyanobacteria on it. I'm not worried about that. So I'll salvage that. The Java moss and the fern and all that kind of stuff, that can, whatever, that can just get thrown out with the whole entire back piece. So there you go, everybody. There's today's update. We are well underway of getting this down and taken out of here. Remember, I've already got some of the fish that are going to go into my new project, and therefore I've kind of forced my hand. I got to get moving on getting this out of here and getting the new project put in. So there you go. There's today's update. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit all them YouTube buttons down there, like and all that good stuff. Share it with your friends. Don't forget, I do a live stream every Friday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Check those out if you're interested. In the meantime, I will say thank you for watching this one, and I will see you real soon on the next one.